Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Into the Night with Stone. I'm your host, Stone, and tonight we'll be talking about all kinds of crazy things. Yes, it's been a while, but I'm back. You'll see, we'll have a great time. So join me tonight on Into the Night with Stone. All right, we are live, and I'm back. Well, it's been a while. It's good to be back. A lot of things have happened in my life. Let me just check something real quick. Is that my good friend Bob?
Hey, Stone, how's it going?
Good, good. I just wanted to check, make sure the mic's working good. How's it sound?
Say again?
How's the mic sound?
Oh, you sound good. You sound good.
All right, I'm going to put you back on.
There.
That's all right. I'm going to put you back on hold for a second so I can do the show. I just wanted to make sure the mic was working because that was my biggest fear. Coming on, doing a 30-minute show and the mic not work. I'll be right back. Hang on. All right, so a lot of people have been wondering. A lot of people asked me what was going on. Where have I been? Over 10,000 requests for me to bring the show back. People were really upset with me. They couldn't understand what had happened. So I'm going to give you a little brief history of what happened in my life. With all that was going on in the nation at that time, it was really getting to me, stress-wise. I saw the nation going in a direction that I could not believe for the life of me we were going in. And so an event happened in December. I was taking some trash around my house. I had to walk through an alleyway to get it to the front. Anyways, I felt something in my chest, only it really hurt in my back. I thought it was nothing more than just my back. I've had back problems, so no big deal. Later, in February, on a really, really cold day here in Cleveland, I was doing some more strenuous exercise and ended up on my side in the fetal position, still convinced it was my back. And my mom, God bless her, she was, if you think you're hurt, go to the doctor. And I'm stubborn. You know, I didn't want to go to the doctor. My dad was dealing with some stuff at that time. So I ended up going to the doctor and found out in April, May, I needed to see a cardiologist. That indeed I'd had 2 heart attacks. So I went to see my cardiologist, and he said, well, we have to do surgery. We're going to have to schedule you for a kind of like where they stick the needle in your leg or your arm, and that then goes into your heart, and they look at your heart. So they did that whole thing, and he was like, if it's possible to do stents, we will put stents in. And it wasn't possible to do stents. So I ended up having to go in and talk with a head cardiologist here in the area about a CABG, coronary artery bypass surgery. Now, mind you, this is June-ish, and I'm freaking out. Now, I had stopped doing the show after my first heart attack in December. It was just too much. I figured it was the stress of the show, and I was getting too emotional. I had at one point thought if these people would only listen to logic, we could save the republic. And it was just too much. 2 hours of the show. I love the show. I love the people. I have more fans out there than I ever knew I had. 30,000 some archive hits in the last year. So that to me is just phenomenal. And I decided, I'm going to take a break. I had mentioned in the show that I was going to take a sabbatical, take some time off. It had meant to only be during the holidays, and I would have come back in January. But after the first heart attack, I was so fatigued Literally, I had no energy to do anything. So here we are. We make it to June. And in June, my dad was in the VA, and things were getting complicated there. July comes. He's in the same hospital I'm in because he got out of the VA, got an infection. He's in the intensive care, cardio intensive care. I go in for my surgery July 15th, 2014. I was scheduled for a quadruple bypass. They ended up only doing a 3 bypass because the one that they wanted in the back was so small and already closed up. But some interesting things happened on the way to my triple bypass. After they had given me the go-to-sleep medicine, and the doctor began to put in a PICC line into my neck, I actually died. Yeah, literally and actually died. Speculation as to why I died was vast and varied. My heart was just too fatigued to go under the surgery. Maybe the anesthesiologist tapped the side of my neck. Who knows? I was dead. 42 minutes without a regular heartbeat. Dr. Jack, his Chinese name is like 90 characters long, so everybody just calls him Dr. Jack. He refused to give up on me, started with chest compressions, then hit me with the paddles. When that didn't do anything, since I was having a triple, before Dr. Gill got down there, they just went ahead and split me open, sawed me open, and my scar is really jagged and ragged because they did it in a hurry. He hit me with the little heart paddles, the ones that they use on an exposed heart, nothing, and he started hand compressions. Now, mind you, it took them 42 minutes to get me on the heart and lung bypass machine. And once that was done, my heart started beating again, kind of like a lazy little heart there. Like, oh, okay, somebody else is doing the work, I can rest. So I was in the hospital 7 days. Amazing to me that it only took 7 days for them to say get out. I figured after 2 days of me, they would have said get out a lot sooner. So that's basically, in a nutshell, what took me up to why I left the show and what happened afterwards. I received so many emails of people asking me what was going on. I let a few know in August what had happened. Really, it took 3, 4, 5 a year for me to actually start feeling human again. I was convinced that I would never have the strength that I once did, nor be able to do anything that I wanted to do in my life. But having been dead, and a lot of people, every time somebody finds out that I died, the first thing they ask me is, did you see heaven? No, but I went to Chicago for about 10 minutes. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I had an experience. People call it an after-death experience, whatever. It was between me and my maker, and I keep it that way. I didn't receive a message to come back and tell the world, so I'm not going to tell them what I saw. It's none of their business. It was my private journey. I thought for a while I might have been insane. I didn't say anything to anyone really for a while because when something like that happens, there's just so many what ifs, what ifs, what ifs. 3 months passed, and I had begun to be able to sleep through the night without too much pain. And then, unfortunately, in November, we lost our father. And so my dad was gone, and that was devastating to me. I'd intended to come back to the show sooner than that, but after losing my pops, I was devastated. And it really took until Passover of this last year for me to come to terms and deal with the fact that he was gone. And in Judaism, we always say, may his memory be a blessing. One of the things that I learned about losing a loved one is you never get over, you just learn to deal with their loss, with losing them. So that brings me to what we're doing today. 10 minutes into the show, and I'm going to bring in my good friend Bob. Hey, Bob, you there?
I'm here, Stone.
How you doing, my good
I was
friend?
just sitting here thinking. Well, I was just sitting here thinking, you were dead and thought you were insane. I was insane and thought I was dead. I mean, I was going around the apartment, you know, boo, boo. I think it was the third time that I tried to walk through the bars down in the jail that I realized I was dead.
Hey, what do you remember what you were doing when you heard that I died?
Yes, I do. I was on what the Army calls annual training. Army Reserves calls it annual training. And I was talking to a relative who knows you, and they said that, they told me, they said, yeah, Stone, he died. And I'm like, what? And I'm freaking out, and they said, yeah, but they revived him. And I'm like, holy crap.
Not the best way to open with that. Oh, hey,
no.
Stone's dead. Huh? But they got him back. I would lead with that. Everything's good, but, you know, he died. No, yeah, I'll tell you, it was strange for me not being able to talk about it. I couldn't really talk for the first couple of days. With the tube that was in my mouth, my throat was sore, and I was just overwhelmed. You know, I probably would have handled it better. I was glad to know that you had found out and you were praying for me. I'll tell you, it was an interesting 7 days in that hospital. It's amazing to me, the medical, you know, and then I did something you should never do. At first I watched a video on what a heart surgery would be, and then when I came home from the hospital, I watched on open heart surgery, and I probably never should have done that. That was probably the worst thing I could have done. There's a lot of people on the phone lines. It's really impressive. All the phone lines are lit up.
Well, you mentioned not being able to talk. I dated this one girl over the summer, and she was into some kinky stuff. And you said that, and it made me think of a night I spent with a ball gag in my mouth. It was just.
Yes, the good old ball gag. It's very interesting to me how easy this seems to flow right back together for me. I mean, I wish I'd have never left. I wish my heart hadn't crapped out on me. Not really sure what led up to it. I mean, you know, I've got to be honest. For 3 years, I was a bad diabetic. Worse than bad. I was a terrible diabetic. I'd always felt that I was Superman. I used to joke with my sons that I'd be flying around if it weren't for the fact that my ex-wife had taken my cape, and so I couldn't fly without it. But humans are not Superman, and I don't know what caused the artery clog up. I mean, I have my suspicions, I think, with all that was going on in my life, and then getting on blood pressure medicine that slowed my blood down, which allowed it time to collect in my heart instead of settling in my liver. And, 3 years of being a bad diabetic. I mean, when the doctors asked me, what was your blood sugars? Oh, they were 400 or 500. Some nights they were 600. What? You could have died. I did die eventually. Now I'm much better. I take care of myself. I'll tell you, I found the miracle of cinnamon and jalapenos. Not together. That would be gross. But cinnamon is a wonder for diabetics, and jalapenos are just great for curing whatever ails you.
On chili dogs.
On chili dogs are great. I just had it in pasta fagoule. Everybody holding on the phone, there's somebody that I want to bring online, but I'm not. Unfortunately, there's no caller ID on this, so I don't know who is who, and I'm not sure about the area codes that I'm seeing. I swear one is Beijing, and I just have this whole thing with the Chinese government listening in on me. You know, they say it's paranoia, but it doesn't mean it's not happening, right? All right, let me.
Paranoid people never get caught.
This is true. You ever notice that? They don't. I'll tell you, my favorite movie was The Paper. Oh, what the heck was it called? The Paper Chase, The Paper Trail. It had that anti-Semite Mel Gibson in it, and he was paranoid, but it doesn't mean he wasn't wrong. Conspiracy Theory, that was the name of it. His newsletter was called The Paper Trail. That's what it was. All right, anyways, let me take a quick break, and I will be right back. Okay, well, it's time for me to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to grab a bite to eat. No, literally, I'm going to grab 30 seconds worth of food here. Now's a good time for you to run over to Facebook, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, like me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook. Either one, it'll work for me. And, hey, leave your email here at Into the Nightly Stone on Blog Talk Radio, and I will get back to you. Ask me a question for an upcoming show, or if you just want to communicate with me. Thanks, folks. I'll be right back in a few seconds. Man, just that fast, I am right back. Now, literally, I did grab something to eat. Of course, if you remember anything from the old radio show, I am sipping on wonderful Diet Dr. Pepper. And it's really amazing to me that Diet Dr. Pepper, and I don't get paid to plug them, that, I should probably stop. It's really amazing to me that Diet Dr. Pepper tastes like regular Dr. Pepper. But you don't drink Diet at all, do you, Bob?
No. No, you mentioned movies. I'm into this one really far out sci-fi movie I've been watching lately. Yeah, it's a romance called Debbie Does Mars.
One of those.
Yeah.
Well, So, as I was saying at the beginning of the show, a lot of current events back then led to the stress I was under, and that's been one of the ongoing causes of my trepidation, love that word, in coming back to the show, because I'm just not sure, if I can handle, especially with, it's funny, I went back and listened to a few episodes. In fact, I had one day I had like 150 people call or email me and say, hey, Stone, you said this would happen, and it did, specifically about Obama and him trying to run for a third term, and the illegal alien situation. And no, I'm not talking about aliens from Mars illegally coming here without visas. That's not what I'm talking about. And
well, I was going to say, why would they want to? Debbie's done them.
Right? Well, maybe they need to come here for medical reasons, bro. Penicillin's probably expensive on Mars. So yeah, one of the things that's really troubling me is the fact that Obama keeps saying that he'll run for a third term. He could run. He can't run. It's constitutionally illegal, but it won't stop him. I keep recognizing this number. I'm not sure if this is who I think it is. I want to bring special shout outs to Summer and Cy, because they are excellent friends. Excellent, yes, excellent. And now I'm looking at the clock and it's saying 11 minutes, and I know I'm 45 seconds off. For some odd reason, Blog Talk doesn't like me at all, because it's like your show starts in 30 seconds, and it's like, wait, no, it says I have a minute and something. Yeah, so let's see if they cheat me out of my time. I'm still, if this was a 2-hour show, I would probably bring everybody on, which everybody that's going to listen to this on archives, we have discussed and talked about on my blog the possibility of taking it back to a 2-hour show, but it would require, a lot of commitment from a lot of different people. So I'm not sure if we're going to go there just yet. I'm probably going to ease my way back into a 2-hour show. It may take me a month to be able to get back into it. I still get winded and exhausted pretty easy, and so it's very possible that it may take me a second. Hey, is this Summer? Uh-oh, she's not speaking.
Hello.
All right, go ahead. Wow, maybe it's not working. Clearwater, Florida, you're on the air. Go ahead. There's nobody there. Maybe it's just because you're local, Bob. Maybe it's...
No. It's because you died, right? Those are all ghost calls. Yes.
Those are ghost calls.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, can you see the numbers?
I can, yeah.
Hey, can you turn the 216 one on?
I cannot actually adjust that number.
Okay. Well, don't worry about it then.
You might be playing in the background. If you're listening to me over the internet in the background, you'll get that feedback.
Hi, Stone. It's Summer. We missed you.
Hey. Hello, Summer. How are you doing? How is
So happy you
Florida?
found us. We're listening in on several lines because we're big supporters.
Thank you, love.
No problem.
Did you guys go canoeing today? Is that what that picture was about?
No, that's my drive home from personal training.
Oh,
I'm the personal trainer, and that's the Gandy Bridge, and I drive across that every morning on my way to work and every day on my way home, and it's amazing.
Wow, that's awesome. Beautiful sight. I'll tell you, I saw that picture, and I said, I want to be there. I was watching a friend of mine, Rick Moore. He's in Miami, but he never says he's in Miami. He's like in a secret place in paradise, and it's like, it's Miami. And the water is so clear. I was like, oh.
It is. It's really clear out here. There's a crystal river that we went to where literally crystal clear. There's manatees, turtles, all sorts of fun stuff. You guys, everybody has to come to Clearwater at some point.
I was going to come to Florida, but Bob, correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't Rush live in Florida?
Rush Limbaugh?
Yeah.
Well, he probably lives in northern Florida.
I'm not sure. I think he lives in Central, but all I know is Florida will not allow two mega stars.
We'll have to kick him out. We had to go find him, Mike. We had to kick him out.
Not Rush. No. I'll go to Key West. That won't count.
Okay, then we have a vacation spot.
There you go. I'm still.
That sounds good, doesn't it, everybody? Well, I just want to say I am so happy that you got through your health issues you're speaking of, and we are rooting for you. And I just, with all of my background that I've been gaining in my new career of personal training and nutrition and fitness, I offer you any realm of knowledge necessary. Contact me on Facebook anytime.
Thursday nights we're going to be doing, we're going to get back to survival and back to...
right.
The first thing that begins with survival, as I've often said on the show and as I often say to people that ask me, the first aspect of survival is personal survival.
Right.
Being able to survive, being healthy mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, as well as physically, and knowing how to survive that way. I'll tell you, once you experience a catastrophe in health, it changes your outlook. I love chocolate. I'm a baker. And those are the two worst things to do: love chocolate and be a baker, and be diabetic. But I've had to learn. It's as
powerful as cocaine to your brain, Stone.
Yeah.
It's more powerful. It's an addiction, and it's an addiction I recently broke. Became a vegan.
Wow, you're kidding me.
6 months now going straight. I became a vegan. I have had hypothyroidism my whole life. And it is getting better. I'm taking less medicine. It's the only thing I changed. I'm telling you. What's that?
Did you have to give up your U.S. citizenship to become a vegan?
Yes. I'm now officially from the land of fairies and tree huggers.
And hippies.
Well, the next time you're over there, say hi to Obama. He's the biggest fairy I know.
Oh.
We don't let him. He got evicted.
I don't blame you. I would have evicted him.
Yeah, he's
if I could. So we're down to 5 minutes.
So regardless, though. We're really happy to hear that you're back on. You know, this is a great motivation to see. This is great for your fans to see you doing well and you be coming back. The comeback's really awesome, man.
Yep. It's been a while, but, you know, it'll take me a little bit longer. But eventually we'll get back to the 2-hour shows. I miss them. I didn't realize how much I missed the
man.
mic.
I think everybody probably misses it.
You know, like I said, Thursday nights we're going to be doing survival. I'd love to have you on and just pick your brain. I would love to talk to you about survival herbs, just the nature, because, you know, you and I have spoken. I'm not a big fan of recreational marijuana usage. I believe what you do in the privacy of your own home is your business. I don't like it when they're out in public doing it, but I do believe in the benefits of medical marijuana. The Chinese have known about it for 4,000 years.
Do.
Yeah, and I mean, I can attest to somebody that's had lung problems. I can't handle cigarette smoke, but
have you ever considered a vaporizer?
I don't do drugs. No, yeah, I have considered it.
So bottom line is you don't do drugs. It has nothing to do with your lungs. Okay, gotcha.
Well, I'm a fan of the medicinal purposes of medical cocaine.
That's called morphine, bro.
Such different items we're speaking of.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you something. I took they gave me, what was it that they gave me, Bob? What the heck is it called? Oxycodone.
Oh no, see, that's worse for you than pot, man.
Oxycodone is oxycontin in extended form. Same drug.
And but you say you don't do drugs. Yes, you do.
Well, listen,
I know they're prescribed, but come on.
No, they were. They were after
I know they were 100%. I know everything you went through. I'm there with you, and not saying anything
otherwise. When I found out it was heroin, when I found out it was a synthetic heroin, Percocet, I was
scary.
I was like, I'm going.
I'm glad.
I mean, I wasn't on it that long, just a couple months. I still went through 3 days of herbs and edge, and it was unbelievable.
Don't trust what other people put in your food. That's something that I love about being vegan. You get purified water. You don't drink the tap water. And as far as I'm concerned, nobody has anything to do with what I'm putting in my body except for me. And I've made control over that. And I think that anybody listening, and you included, think about it, you know. Don't give up meat. Get organic meat.
I would be a vegan, except that I like meat too much.
Yeah. Well, then just make sure your meat doesn't have bad stuff in it, you know.
That's the terrible thing. Is that they have so polluted the food chain. Even, you know, I've got friends that talk to me about...
You got 2 minutes remaining. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, my thing says 5 minutes. See, they don't like me on Blog Talk.
Well, I don't know. My apologies. You said 12 o'clock, so I'm just, I like to give the warning. I'm the person that does that. But
I'm down 2 minutes and 11 seconds, 10 seconds.
Yeah, but find a good meat source, like a good butcher, a local butcher who you can trust.
God, she just came on. The British lady just came on and said 90 seconds. So I'm down to 90 seconds. Let me say my goodbye.
What's up, British lady?
Yeah, the British lady. Let me tell everybody this, that we will be doing the Wednesday night show and the Thursday night show this week. And next week, I might actually do the open mic on Tuesday night, where I'll just open the phone lines next week on Tuesday, and we'll talk about anything. Next Monday we'll be back.
Round table.
Yeah, the round table discussions. Next Monday we'll be back to politics as usual, and then I'll even do one of the most popular shows that I never knew about, which was the afternoon on Friday. So listen, I want to thank Summer, I want to thank Bob, everybody that was in the chat room, everybody that was on the phone lines holding patiently. I'm back. I'll get to you sometime this week. If you have any questions, drop me a line at the various places you can send me one, even here at Blog Talk. Listen, for everybody here, I want to thank you so very much for tuning in tonight. God bless. Have a great night.
Hello.
Well, folks, that's my cue. It's time for me to sign off. But hey, I'll be back soon. Don't you worry. Swing by, check me out on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and if you get a chance, subscribe. Become a patron. Help us get this show out there. You can always email me at intothenightwithstone@gmail.com. Thanks so much. God bless. Have a good night.